Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is the second lesson today in our series to read Arabic. Last time was a little bit longer episode, but this time is a bit different, okay? I don't know how much time it would take actually, but we will see. As you saw last time, we took the letters and the appearance of the letters and the way they are written, and we took also the sound of those letters. Today is gonna be a bit different. We're going to take the different sounds of each letter in Arabic. What is that? Does that mean that the sounds we took last time are not the sounds of Arabic? No, of course. They are the sounds, but they are the consonant sound of Arabic. What is that? To give you a brief and nice example of that, I have to start with your own language, which is English, if you know it or if it's your first language. Okay, in English, these two letters, how would you read them? The T and the P. If I tell you, please read them, you cannot. Simply because they do not contain vowel. So you can't read them actually. You don't know even how you would read them, because that depends on the vowel that precedes the first letter or that is inserted in any place, by the way. Okay, let's suppose that we add in the middle A. So it's gonna be tab. And if we add I, it's gonna be tip. And if we add U, it's gonna be tube. And if we add O, it's gonna be top, which means that the sound of the word changes according to the vowel that you add or you insert. And this vowel affects the letter that precedes it, not the letter that comes after it. That means it affects T. Without those vowels, I don't know how to pronounce the word. Actually, the word wouldn't be functioning and it would never be pronounced or even read. The idea is the same in Arabic. You may notice in the first class that when every time I exposed a letter for you, I showed that letter with three different characteristics above or underneath it in red color. Those three characteristics or symbols. Those symbols in Arabic are known as TASHKEEL or حركة. Okay? TASHKEEL, formation, or حركة, like movement. And they are exactly the vowels in English. How is that? Let's give an example. This letter, which is ba, I put it here with the movements on it. Sometimes the movement is above. In this case, it's called fatha, and you have to memorize it like this. Sometimes it's like wow, small wow, that's called dhamma. And sometimes it looks like fatha, but underneath the letter, which is called kasra. So, fatha, dhamma, kasra. Those three symbols, or let's call them as in Arabic in order to be familiar with, let's call them tashkeel. This tashkeel is the vowels in English, and it controls the way you are going to pronounce the letter. So sometimes this ba, as we said last time, the pure, the consonant sound of ba is b. I cannot say ba. I cannot say boo. I cannot say B unless I put one of this tashkeel in order to know. But without this tashkeel, I cannot even pronounce this letter. So just B. I don't know. So if I add fatha, it's ba. Its dhamma is boo. If it's kasra, is B. And these are the main three movements in Arabic, nothing more. Unlike English, by the way, because if you are familiar with the English phonology or not, I don't know, those 5 vowels in English, they together form about 20 sound in English. I don't know if you are familiar with phonetics or not. You have some long vowels, some short vowels, and some diphthongs, 8 diphthongs to be precise. So alone 5 vowels consist of all this big different amount of sounds. But in Arabic, it's way easier than that. The 3 movements, only 3 movements, controls everything in Arabic. So a letter could be fatha, like ba, damma, like bu, or kasra, like bi, and so on and so forth. So now we're going to repeat all the letters we have taken last time, but today we're going to add those movements to those letters. I will start with alif, or alif hamza as we mentioned, and then I will add the movement or tashkeel to each of the sounds, and I will repeat, and then you will understand and you will repeat with me. You don't even to follow me, you can go on along with me from the second or the third letter. Okay, just follow the theme. Are you ready? Let's go. Alif, a, u, i. Ba, ba, bu, bi. Ta, ta, tu, ti. Tha, tha, thu, thi. Jim, ja, ju, ji. Ha, ha, hu, hi. Kha, kha, khu, khi. Dal, da, du, di. Dhal, dha, dhu, dhi. Ra, ra, ru, ri. Zai, za, zu, zi. Sin, sa, su, si. Shin, sha, shu, shi. Sad, sa, su, si. Dad, da, du, di. Ta, ta, tu, ti. Va, va, vu, vi. Ain, a, u, i. Ghain, gha, gu, ghi. Fa, fa, fu, fi. Qaf, qa, qu, qi. Kaf, ka, ku, ki. Lam, la, lu, li. Mim, ma, mu, mi. Nun, na, nu, ni. Ha, ha, hu, hi. Wow, wa, wu, wi. Ya, ya, you, yi. That's it. Very, very easy and very straightforward. There is no exceptions. Just 3 movements can be applied to all the letters in Arabic, and they can change the sound of those letters. Okay? By this way, you have come to a conclusion that according to those tashkeel or those harakat, okay, as we said before, you have the ability to know how this word or this letter can be pronounced. Because if you don't see them as a foreigner or as a non-Arabic speaker, you cannot actually read. And by the way, we as Arab, we can read without those movements or without those tashkeel easily, because we have always been in our life reading Arabic over and over, so we saw the word in its different ways of tashkeel, and we can infer and understand the meaning from the context itself. That's why we give this word this tashkeel upon the meaning that we conclude from the passage we are reading. That's why it's normal, and by sometimes you will get that. But when you know the meanings of the word, because at the beginning, how would you understand which word is read which way? It is not your language, and you don't have to understand all the meanings of all the words. So don't feel bad if you couldn't at the beginning read words without tashkeel. It will come by time and by practice. Because in English actually can do the same. You can, how can I say, you can understand from the meaning that this word is read that way. I will give you an example. If someone wrote a letter for someone he loves, and this letter included that sentence, how would this sentence be read? Yes, you could read it easily because the context is about love. It's thanks for asking about your friend. Anyway, you understood the idea behind tashkeel. That's why I insisted of putting those characters or this tashkeel on all the letters last time, although at the time we hadn't explained the use and the purpose of it, in order to give your eyes a chance to look at it and then give your mind also a chance to ask, what is that? So when you come here today, you would be ready to understand it. That is easy. Now, I will ask you a question. Let's say that there is a letter where I don't like to give movement. It's, for example, a letter where I stop on it. And by the way, in last time words, you had many examples in the words I gave you. And anyway, in case you have a letter where you'd like to stop, you don't like to make fatha or dhamma or kasra, there is a fourth symbol of tashkeel called sukoon. And sukoon in Arabic means the state of doing nothing, the way of being state, being leveled, being not moving. This is the idea of sukoon. And it looks like very small circle. Yes, this one. Okay, as a rule of thumb, in Arabic, all the time, if you stop speaking or reading on a word, in a text, in a magazine, in a sentence, in any way, the last letter of this word has to be sukoon in pronouncing, even if it's written fatha or dhamma or kasra. As long as you're going to stop, as long as this is the last letter for you, you have to make it sukoon with your sound, even if it's written something else. Like for example, this word al-kitab here. It has fatha on it, but it's the last word I'm going to read. I'm going to stop on it, so I'm going to be like this. أنا أقرأ الكتاب. It should be أنا أقرأ الكتاب. But I will stop, I would say أنا أقرأ الكتاب. I didn't say الكتابة. I have to stop according to the sound. But according to writing, I have to keep it fatha or dhamma or kasra. No problem. But since it is the last speech, the last sound, I have to cut with sukoon. That with my sound, not in written, by the way. So, أنا أقرأ الكتاب. This is in everything in Arabic, so it doesn't change. It's a rule. So, I told you that not to get surprised when you see someone making sukoon while you see fatha or dhamma or kasra at the end of any word, at the end of a speech. So, we take fatha and then dhamma, then kasra, then sukoon. For today, this is enough for you and you don't have to know more than this. I hope this lesson for today was easy, built on that, on how to read words using those symbols. I want you to repeat the Arabic letters with the 3 movements, and you don't have to practice the 4th one, which is sukoon, of course, because it cannot be practiced, because it's already sukoon, can't be pronounced. And until I see you another time, take care of yourself, and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.